Hey guys, my name is Ryan, and we're back again with another Spirit Island video. Today, we are playing Starlight seeks its form, paired up with the resilience aspect for vital strength of the Earth, going up against Scotland 6. Let's go! So, the resilience Earth is probably the slowest spirit in the entire game. It does kind of nothing. It's really good at making nothing happen. Uh, and that can be great, if you're scared of losing, but it's not so good if you're trying to actually win. Why do I say this guy's so slow? Our special rule is that in Sacred Sites you take takes 8 additional damage to add Blight, but it doesn't. So this will protect the land, but it does not protect Dahan. At least with the base version of Earth, you get 3 defend, which means that when you effectively use it, you can use the Dahan to counterattack. But this, you cannot. And so, it kind of puts you in a tough spot, because you can set up all these places where you're just not going to blight, but you're also not going to do anything else. And that can certainly cause trouble for you. Anyways, so we're going up against Scotland 6. We pulled the jungles first. So this land here, we're probably going to wind up just hitting with a Piece in the Nighttime Sky. Certainly land number 4, we can just make a Sacred Site and deal with that. But looking at the 6 and the 1 will be tricky. I'm thinking probably going to pull a Miner right now and then gain energy next turn. No matter what we draft, probably going to play it. And then next turn, try and go gain energy playing Rituals plus Draw. And if we take that line, unless if we draft a perfect card right now, then C1 is simply going to Blight and then add a Coastal Blight, which is unfortunate, but we do have Blight removal in our kit, so we'll certainly be able to come back. If we get a Wetlands next, then we just hit it with a Guard the Healing Land, and life goes on. Okay. Elemental Boon is almost assuredly going to be the pick here. None of these other cards are particularly exciting, and Elemental Boon does scale really well. The only problem with taking Elemental Boon is I kind of have nothing to do for this turn. Because these 3 costs are too expensive, and I want to hold on to draw to play it alongside this Rituals. But Elemental Boon is just really good, especially when paired with Starlight, because it doesn't take very many elements for Starlight to hit anything. All of our innates are really, really cheap. Yeah. Okay. So now for Starlight, we're probably just going to do our standard opener. The only difference is that I am very likely to use Boon of Reimagining to target Earth, and swap out this Year of Perfect Stillness with cards that are a little bit more proactive. We're already really good at doing nothing, so we don't need more cards that just do nothing. Okay. Visions of Fiery Doom is interesting, but I think it's going to be Call to Guard to save the C1. Bringing these 2 to Hanan, defending for 2, that'll save us 2 Blight, and that will be a really nice play next turn. Strong and Constant Currents is similar, except the difference is that Call to Guard has range 1, so we can just move a presence over to like D7. Because we have to have a Sacred Site in the 5 in order to skip D2, and then having a presence either in the 6 or the 7 to defend the C1. We don't have 2 move opportunities, and I really don't want to spend this in order to do it. Yeah. Yeah, Call to Guard, and then Peace here. That'll save both our coasts. This will be defended, or, protected by Vital Strength. That'll mean we take 1 Blight, which is not a big deal at all. Also, by having 2 Dahan and it's defended, means it clears, which is an important thing to have too. Okay, we wound up getting the Sands. So we can make a Sacred Site here with Vital Strength in order to neutralize this land, and that's good. But it is worth noting that we could get the back-to-back Sands, and that will create a lot of trouble for us. Hmm. There's Call to Guard. I'm already in Sun, Air, Earth. No suns. One air in the form of entrancing apparitions, which is not super exciting to me. Earth is very interesting, but wait, that's gnawing brute biters. I feel like the best card here is probably Inflame the Fires of Life. It gives us the most number of elements, but it has really good text on it. Well, no, Disease and Strife. You need both of them, and it'll solve, a coastal land. Hmm. Shadows of the Burning Forest is cool as a way to deal with these mountains. I think I'm going to go for Inflame. No, we'll go Shadows. I think Shadows is just easier to make work. Okay, alright, here we go. We got Bat Scout, Bird's Cry, Like Calls to Like, Sunset Fire. If we manage to hit our innate, there is, it's really, really strong. However, the elemental combination of Sun, Earth, Plant, I think exists in only 2 cards, and both of them aren't very good. So it's just a really tricky tri-element combination to hit. Earth being the heaviest hitter, and we have no Earth cards being offered at all. So any lines that we're trying to consider, um, hitting our innate just isn't going to happen. Instead, let's see. Something like a Bird's Cry to move 3 to Han to set up our Rituals of Destruction a little bit easier is quite appealing to me. Like Calls to Like is a pretty slick card. Just being able to gather invaders from a bunch of different places can be quite useful. Lure of the Unknown is pretty bad into Scotland, in my opinion, just because that Scotland 6 rule that keeps plastic in just a million different places. It's really hard to get a land with no invaders. So I think it's between Light Calls to Like and Bat Scout. I'm going to go Light Calls to Like for now. We want to have tall lands. We don't want to have wide lands. Okay. This gives us a repeat, but we don't necessarily have to use the repeat on ourselves. Because we could, rituals here, and then just to kill the town, and then draw the Fruitful or something else. Also recognize that if we do get the back-to-back sands, I might give up on the 6 on the first cycle, and then just... oh yeah, this won't be here because we're going to be hitting it with the Call to Guard. Okay. Yeah, and then here we could just hit this land for 5. Yeah, we're planning on skipping the 2. So we're already set on our plays for the turn. Might go for a Gathered Light soon. I always want to find a way to play this card. But realistically, it's better to just go for a major. Ooh, we have some majors. Interesting. I think these are the only 2 majors that bring back Destroyed Presence. Not sure if there's any others that do it. So if we give up on both of them right now, then we're just incapable of bringing back our presence for the rest of the game. Sometimes you just get like this death spiral where your presence are getting destroyed every turn. Maybe you get like a blight card where you get the sacrifice every turn, and you get just a string of bad events. And then you're just desperate to pull a blazing or a solidify, which, yeah, I don't think there's anything else. Bargains of Coursing Path is interesting. It will allow us to make for taller lands. But I think Rapid Wings of Sunlight is just the best card. So either forgetting Gather or forgetting Boon of Reimagining. I'm going to forget Boon. I want to see if I can play this Gather. Just for the sake of doing it. Yeah, we'll go nowhere. That's fine. We're going to pick up some energy here. And then this will allow me to play more majors. Yeah, misclick there. Okay, go on the 2. And then let's see. I can repeat the call to guard, or I can repeat the piece without having to forget it. Or get a repeat on draw. I think repeat on draw is just the most reliable. Ooh. Yeah, we'll explore here. Yep, explore there. Ooh, unfortunate. Okay. Well, that saves you from dying to disease, but this is very sad for us. I guess we can do... If I come here, then I hit it with draw once. Rituals. It's going to deal 5 damage. And then we hit it with guard the healing land. Go guard the healing land plus like Ellie Boon or something. All right, we get the mountains. Okay. What's interesting here, actually, I could do a draw rituals in the 3 next turn here. But I don't want to hit the reclaim button more than I have to. Because I just gained all those cards from Starlight, I would like to be able to, keep on doing this as opposed to hitting the reclaim button. Let's go here. Bringing in 1, 2, 1, 2. Hmm. And I will target this in order to get you solved. Okay, so we can guard the healing land here. I think I might want to just go for a major. Or Like Calls to Like is another good card to play. But yeah, I think going for a major is where I want to be. Melt Earth into Quicksand. I guess isolating out this is cool. Weave gives us a lot of interesting combo potential. Poison Land is just cheap and efficient. And the fact that we have built-in blight removal and other effects make it nice. Also, I'm pretty sure this is the major that you get in the power progression deck, if that's something that you care about. While I'm thinking about that, over here, this is a very sensible Rapid Wings of Sunlight target. We just like bring the Dahan in from the 5 over to the 7, and then it's just taken care of. So we could go for like a Rat plus Gather. Mostly just so I can say that I'm playing Gather. It's probably the wrong pick. I think because of our energy situation, our cheap major, it actually makes more sense for us to do this. And then play the Shadows of the Burning Forest alongside the Rapid Wings of Sunlight. Ooh, Unearth a Beast of Wrathful Stone. That's a pretty slick card. Rumbling Earthquake is quite strong as well. If we go for like a Rumbling Earthquake... Irresistible Call is obviously a very strong card too, though it's a bit premature for that one. I do like the proactivity of the rumbling earthquake, though it's worth noting with the unearth a beast of wrathful stone. Um, we have an elemental boon, which is just more efficient, right? Like because we can hit 3 elements with it. This only hits one, if that's something that we care about. If we were to unearth, we basically would target D2. We will be at 8 this turn, so I could just go unearth plus wrap, and then maybe just reclaim wrap to solve the 5. But just getting my clean wetlands immediately is very, very exciting to me. Yeah, I like this. Alright, we're not going to be doing gather. I only want to do it mostly because the card's considered to be so bad. You know? I just want to... I want to do the thing. I'm going to go over here to make our Rapid Wings of Sunlight better in the future. We need a Sacred Site here in the 5. So we're going to work our way towards this Reclaim. Over here... Yeah, I think I'm going to go for Poison Land. Just go for that big upfront damage. And I always feel really bad about trying to use Ritual's Destruction, like, after that first cycle. It always just... It feels like we're spending 2 cards to do 5 damage. It's not as good, so Ritual's Destruction is one that I'm perfectly happy to get rid of. If I give an animal element, that would give me Dahan movement, but that doesn't really matter with Rapid Wings of Sunlight with our current setup. So maybe it's just going to be a like calls to like, and just try and gain a little tempo by picking off a land. Because we're going to be escalating onto C, which is perfectly fine, right? Because like, we're really good at just like keeping things quiet on our board. We are the tank, right? We are bringing the invaders to us. But like calls to like can help. If we get wetlands, we target like the 6 or the 7. Yeah, we can bring a town and an explorer into land number 7, and it's still defended with that sacred site, which is pretty wild. Okay, free explorer on each board. Beast push. Okay, it's going to push this town. Let's put you... If I push into the 7, then that will make it 8. Which is fine. Then I just don't like calls to like in that land. Okay. So if I bring an extra Dahan into the 3, then I can just reclaim and guard the healing land here, and it'll be fully defended, assuming it's not specifically mountains. Okay, now our first build will give us an adjacent explorer. So if we build here in the 7 first, there is no adjacent land to put an explorer. This is forced. Okay, and we do get the wetlands next. Okay. Awesome. And does this immediately do damage? Yeah, so this is going to come over here. It's awkward to have 2 beasts in an empty land, but this just solves the land completely since there's no adjacent city. So it's definitely worth it, in my opinion. And then Like Calls to Like will produce some wonderful value. Ooh, we even get the Blight too. I always forget about the Blight Gather. It's usually not relevant. Well, this Rapid Wings of Sunlight can just go here, and just produce an insane amount of value. It's hard to feel bad about that. We definitely need to reclaim 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we can make a Sacred Site in land number 8 and then just protect it. But I'm thinking with the upcoming coastal land, we're probably better off protecting land number 1. This turn, what do we plan? We're playing a defend 3 with 2 energy left over. Most likely going to Ellie Boon. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So Poison Land doesn't quite get us there in land number 8. If we do get an Explore here, we can hit this with a Poison Land, because it'll be Town City. That's a perfect Poison Land target. So I do think making a Sacred Site in land number 8 is actually perfectly fine. So we don't need to do Poison Land this turn. If we go for a Guard the Healing Land, and then we give ourselves Sun, Earth, Plant with Elemental Boon, then we can repeat a card, including Elemental Boon, and load up elements over here. Yeah, Elemental Boon, repeat Elemental Boon is a pretty funny play. Let's set on this for right now, but I'm completely open to going for like a Like Calls to Like, maybe a Draw the Fruitful Earth. I think Like Calls to Like is just a better version of the same card. Though there is a distinct lack of Explorers here. Unearth the Beast is still a thing. Another line we could do is we could do Bird's Cry to push these over, and then use our Call to Guard to defend this, instead of spending our Wrap and then forcing us to reclaim multiple turns in a row. So we're going to go for the Reclaim, which is going to give us an element. And the question is, what element do we want to go for? I mean, Earth is always nice. I think there's value in Animal. I think Earth is just a safe choice. Reclaim, gain an energy. Yeah, maybe we go like here and here. If we do this, then we don't even need... We're like over-defended. If we do this, I could use my move 3 option and move a presence from 7 all the way over and defend this for 5, which means that Guard the Healing Land doesn't need to be played. And then instead we can do something more proactive. Just do something like this, maybe? Or I guess we could do this. So instead of gaining 1 energy, we will move this presence over here. This would kill, what, 2 towns? That's probably not worth it. Shadows of the Burning Forest can only target here, but that's going to be dead. Maybe I go... So I could go here. Hmm. I guess that is for this. I can move this presence 1, 2, 3 instead of this presence 1, 2, 3. And that'll kill off 3 towns, 2 explorers. That's a little bit better than 2 and 2. So let's do that. One, two, three. Call guard, defend, come here, defend. Ooh, the +1 damage means that 7 will blight, 5 is good, and 3 will blight. Removing the top card of the deck means that we're going to go straight to a coastal turn. And if we do that, then what happens? That might actually be a good thing. Let's think about this. Because C is covered. Here, we'll just play our poison land next turn. Over here, we'll take a town. It'll be an 8 damage Ravage. Rapid Wings of Sunlight, or we could just piece it. We could probably put the Explorer on land number 3 and just hope for a Beast event. Town and a land with town, I guess, has to go in land number 2. And then, yeah, we get the Fear from the Beast, which is whatever. Yeah, I think it's actually going to be an Ignore Curiosity here. Never mind the cost of getting the thing out, but... Ooh, Wilds here is pretty slick. Yeah, that helps with the coastal card too. And then if we go here, that means that we can't put the Explorer here, so we go there with the Wilds. Ooh, interesting. So we can push the town into here, and then it'll die. Because there's no bonus damage coming from the buildings. So that's a free town kill. Hard to say no to that. Because then also this is going to be a 6 damage Ravage going up against Rapid Wings of Sunlight, which is perfectly good for us. Over here, this is going to full clear. I guess we can go up here with it. Here we go. Explore, 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 explore. This is going to move and then deal 2 damage. Let's see. Here makes a lot of sense. 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's going to be covered by a Sacred Site. This doesn't make any difference at all. It'll probably still just get a Guard the Healing Land. And then here we actively don't want it because we're going to be a very efficient poison land. I guess the only benefit to it is that in case we do get the back-to-back jungles. But that makes a lot of sense to me. Just getting empty lands is really nice. Though, no, actually, no, we're not in range. Okay. Okay, we are going to have to forget this piece of the nighttime sky if we want to get good value from it. Although, forgetting it for a major is also perfectly fine value. There's no reason that we have to do things. This turn, we're probably just going to go Poison Land plus Guard the Healing Land. We could go for 2 energy and then still do a range 0 growth if we wanted to throw in like an Ellie Boon or something. But I think it's so hard to do range 0 growths in general. We're going to just take the opportunity to gain a minor when we still can. Sun Plant, Earth Plant, maybe some more Blight removal is what we're looking for. Purifying Flame, removing here, here. Okay, we'll do that. And then over here, we're going to play a Wrap, and then we have flexibility for our next card. So, I think we can definitely... Yeah, we gotta, we might just piece this. We know we're looking at either a Jungles or a Sands on our next turn. Savage Mobbies. We do have some animals. Yeah, and I could go Wrap plus Savage Mobbies, plus pick up an animal element here. And then that would give me a Sacred Site to kill the town in 3. It's not terrible. It gets the job done. Oh, that just means I have less Dahan counterattack here, which is not a big deal. Element for animal, gaining energy, going here and here. Okay, this will solve all of my problems. If you do not select the Dahan, then nothing moved, and then you don't get the defense. So it's important that you actually do the things. Yeah, and then this will kill 2 towns, it'll build a town, and then we can even just use this to kill the town that just built. Ooh. Put it into play immediately and then forget it. Shadows of the Burning Forest. I literally can't even use that card. So I guess for us here, we're just going to pay the energy that we don't even have. Over here, what do we got? We get Purifying Flame, just to remove a blight. Let's see. Light Calls to Like? What would Light Calls to Like do? I guess like a Bird's Cry, just push these 3 to haunt all into the 5 just to clear it. That's not terrible. And then I don't need to worry about, because we're gonna get a town here. Like, there's a 50% chance of us getting a town here just from the Explore. And then, or actually almost 100%, because if we get the jungles, then we just add the towns here. Yeah, we don't need to worry about the awkwardness of like having to defend an already defended land. So let's go for Seek. Let's go Bird's Cry. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it doesn't prevent builds. Okay, yeah. Another... Well, actually, that's going to be dead. So it's not going to build anyways. But this will be skipped, so that's fine. I got some achievement. I don't know what I just got. We'll find that out later. Okay. Gather a town into a coastal land. Let's see. This town, I could bring into the 2. This one we certainly don't want to touch. I guess I could bring the town out of here and it'll full clear. That'll save me an action. Over where? I could bring this town into the 2 as well, right? And just empty this land out. That means actually we're going to have a Scotland escalation on D instead of C. It's interesting to know. Okay, and we got the sands. All right. Savage mobbies here. We could probably just do 2 damage here. Okay, so we got peace and play it just once. Then we can forget it for a major on our next turn. Oh, no, we can't even use it this turn. Oh, no. Oh, no. Awful. Absolute tragedy. Whoops. Well, that's awkward. At least Vital Strength's turn is pretty straightforward. We're already set up here. This land we can just hit with a Guard the Healing Land to get double value. So I think we make a Sacred Site up here in order to pick up the big one. If we're taking 2 Blight, then we definitely don't want to play this Poison land this turn. Like Calls to Like will just empty out the 4, bring it into the 6. So I think that's a sensible card to play. Probably going to throw down an Ellie Beam for whatever we draft over here. So right now we are in Earth Animal. I could do a Settle into Hunting Grounds. Settle into Hunting Grounds ain't so bad. It uses that animal element. I don't have any animal plants right now. Jungle Hungers is a pretty slick card. Just a good little thing. It'll be very effective in land number 2 when we get the chance to play it there. Pillar of Living Flame. We only have 1 viable target for it right now. Everything else is like built up in the wetlands and the jungle, so I don't think Pillar of Living Flame is sensible, and this doesn't make Fear, which is one of our big weaknesses. So I think it's between Settle and Jungle Hungers. And whichever card that we take, we're just going to play this turn. And we're not going to Threshold Settle into Hunting. Well, actually we can with this. So we play Settle, we play Shadows. That gets us 2 plants. So I'll probably go for a plant animal, so that way we hit both of these. Yeah, and actually doing 2 damage right here in land number 5 is nice. And then we can just give ourselves a... yeah, it's a push power, right? So we can move these into somewhere else. That's not so bad. Let's try it. Sacred Site. I mean, for Savage Mob Beast, that's our only sacred... I guess we have Unearth. Unearth targets here. Savage Mob Beast targets all of this. So I think this is a sensible spot. Yeah, we Ellie Boon for those 2 elements. We could even throw a Fire Element in there. And then hit 3 things for Starlight, which is pretty slick. Maybe even make use of the Badlands. Just target land number 4, then we don't even have to use the Light Calls to Like. Or we can just maximize the value of the card. Because we're going into stage 3. So we'll go here for fire, plant, animal. Ooh, local. Okay, actually, okay, it doesn't hit anything near the coast. We're good. We're good. Explorer here, so that way that builds up to a 4 damage. Explores up to 5 damage, so we're safe. Here, it's gonna be 6 damage, 7, 8. Can explore up to 9, so we're still safe. Oh wow, we get tons of extra fear. From Blight to No Blight. I think this has no effect. Oh, okay. Isolate and skip build actions. Certainly C2 makes a lot of sense. We could skip build actions here in the 7, but I think the Isolate is far more interesting. Being able to deny explorers in the coastal lands is a really big deal. No, actually, if a Wetland Explorers happens, this is a great place for me to use Woodseek's growth. So let's not do it there. Like, we can isolate here and try and skip 2 Mountain Explorers, right? Get the Isolate Explorer skipped and then the Wilds Explorer skipped. From a land matching a Ravage card. Okay, well, certainly getting rid of a town is always nice. We'll just get rid of the Explorer, because going from 0 to 1 is the highest value thing. Isolate, defend 2. So like ISO here. ISO. Okay, we got 2 isolated mountains for value. That's cool. All right. I realize actually that we don't have the ability to do any pushes, so we're just going to use that for fear. That's fine. 2 fear is totally normal. Yeah, we can come here and then just do damage. Kill all that. Definitely want to throw down Jerry in D2. We might even be able to actually get the amplified version just because we're got the Earth Animal tags plus an Ellie Boon. Let's see. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we don't want to bring any more with Light Calls to Like. Let's see. Then we'll go here. 2 damage, kill the town. Or no. We can go... No, but it's got the back-to-back, so it's going to Scotland 6. So I was going to say we could like pull these 2 out, deal 2 damage, kill the explorers, empty the land, but we're not going to be in a good position. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, this one needs a major. Maybe we just do this and set up for a future poison land. Do this because it's going to get +5 on it, so minusing it by 3 +5 doesn't really get it done. Let's get you a... Yeah, we'll get minor one more time, and then we'll do... I mean, I guess actually, because we're resolving the plant right now, we could forget the Shadows of the Burning Forest, and then still get the animal portion for the push, if we pull a major right now. There we go. Vigor of the Breaking Dawn is a fantastic card. Very, very strong. If next turn we're playing Unearth the Beast of Wrathful Stone in order to solve the 2, once you get into stage 3, like Unearth is like unplayable, but I see an opportunity to knock out a huge land with it, so I'd like to do it. We'll be at 6, 7 energy. And so maybe we don't play Vigor on this next turn? But I mean, I think it's got to be Vigor as the right play, right? Yeah. And then we can go... let's see. How much energy are we going to have? Because I'm thinking we could do like an Unearth. We go 6, 7 energy. Maybe I go for this +3 energy. If we go for a Reclaim, Presence, and 3 energy, I play Call to Guard. No, Call to Guard, Vigor, and Unearth is 3 cards. I could go... But we don't need to do it quite yet. Alright, we got time to set up the Vigor play. So yeah, we're okay. Guard the healing land here. That's good. That's good. We grow here. Venomous Spiders is a pretty slick card. Oh, man. Just the air that we're short on being able to threshold it. No, I think it's better value to go for the guard the healing land. I should not have clicked as aggressively as I did, because I did not think about getting the Ellie Boon. Can I naturally do this without support? I only got 1 card play, so the answer is going to be no. Because I'm short 3 elements. I could pick up this element and then play a 2-element card. A Moon, Earth, Animal. That's a Moon Animal. Then I just pick up the Earth. And then I'll threshold this. It's just a very powerful effect that's really nice in stage 3, just being able to pick off just stuff everywhere. Moon, Earth, Animal. That's actually my only one. Which is tricky because then this isn't thresholded. Man, Elemental Boom would have been so good. Oh, that's such a buffoon play for me to draft immediately. Because I play these two, and then I take on... Ugh, grotesque. I don't even need the Earth this turn. That's the tough thing. Yeah, I think that there's no reason not to play this turn, right? It's just obviously way too good. So I guess we just don't threshold it, and I feel sad for having screwed up. I can play something like a Savage Maw Beast. I could play... certainly we're going to play these two cards together. Yeah, because I want my element to be a sun, so I can play those two cards together, take the sun element, do cool things with Vigor. Yeah, and getting the triple animal will set up a Vigor for next turn, right? So I can move these to Han over, and then we can go for a Vigor with Threshold, pop this, plop something. Yeah. Okay. That was silly. But maybe thresholding on Earth is even like a trap. Maybe this line is actually just better. Utter a Curse of Dread and Bone doesn't make sense because we're doing a good job of blame removal, so it's going to be Infestation. Savage Transformation. Yeah, it's going to be Infestation. So we go here, here, and here. How's that turn out for us? Not bad. No idea where this poison land's going to go yet. Probably here in the 7. But actually, it might just go in the 6. Oh, there's no blight on this whole board. That's cool. So let's see. This land is going to do, what, 6 damage? So we push the town out, gets a town back, builds a city. Town City adds 5 HP, adds 8 HP. So it's not going to be fully solved. It's going to get Town City 5, 6, 7, so it's going to get 3. So that means we push this town out, then Poison Land will solve it. This one we don't want to push out, obviously, so you are going to go here. Sorry, I probably should pay attention to the whole thing. Okay, so we can just push you into here so you die. You're gonna die, and then you can go here so you die for free. Yeah, that's way better. Okay. Ooh. Interesting. So if I strike here, then it's going to add a city. So it'll be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. You can also just hit that with an Infestation. Maybe with an Ellie Boon I can threshold that. Has 2 element crossover with Unearth. But I think that ship's probably sailed at this point. Unearth is going to be our next forget. Yeah, it's fine. I don't think that's actually a very consequential choice at all. Okay, the classic, completely opposite cards back to back. Love to see it. Oh, I thought this card did 13 damage. Rip. 3, 4, 5. We're going to go here and kill that. We'll go here, kill that. We'll go here. 1, 2, 3. Alright, we'll go here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, we hit the threshold on it. Dang, I didn't even realize. That's crazy. Okay, that's cool. So that does full clear. So I was previously going to use Draw the Fruitful Earth to, like, I don't know, bring the explorers somewhere. But that makes life easier. So right now this is leaving a single town behind. So if we draw the Fruitful Earth here... 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I could bring in a 9th. Here. Bring you in. Well, actually, no. What I can do is we can go here, going 1, 2, 1, 2. Send 1 Dahan this way, and that'll full clear, and then 1 Dahan like this way to kill a town, setting up for more in the future. Yeah, we can rat to solve this one. That'll clear. That'll clear. Okay, so that's going to go Vigor, Vigor, Wrap, and that's empty. That's empty. That one's good. That's empty. Then, okay, so 7's the only land, and we do have this infestation of venomous spiders. Seven energy. Ellie venomous spiders. It's a good chance of us exploring, so if we get the back-to-back venomous spiders killing off cities, that would be cool. Let's just try this. Let's see what I got for energy. Boom, 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 boom. Venomous spiders. I need air. Animal is what I need for venomous spiders. Animal will be will not be necessary, actually. Because we already have the free animal. But the air will make Rapid Wings of Sunlight easier to execute. So we can do our whole Vigor play. That'll leave 3 Dahan behind in this land. Jump all 3 Dahan over here to land number 4. Life goes on. Then in the slow phase, we can move them over and then set up more cool stuff. If I can throw a sun in there, then that gets me the reclaim, which is always nice too. Yeah, we have no reason to do a slow to fast yet. I think I'm going to gain a major just to get rid of the Unearth, just because we're not going to play it again. It doesn't make sense. It's unlikely for it to be necessary. Vengeance of the Dead is a pretty slick card. Walls of Rock and Thorn is also a very nice card. Because we're looking at city here, city here. Just being able to kill cities could be a good reason to play it. Cleansing Floods is sweet, except we have no water. Otherwise, that's another great way, especially if we pick up our slow to fast, to help close out the game, just blowing up lands. I could also do Cast Down the Briny Deep for a similar reason. Though, once again, we don't have any water at all. Vengeance of the Dead is just bulk fear, helps us catch a Terror level 3. It's a little bit weak. Then we're going to take Walls of Rock and Thorn. Position this just for a future Rapid Wings of Sunlight. Okay. So we'll go here. 1. Ooh, actually, this is higher value than this. Okay. Go here. Here, 1, 2, 3. Although, actually, wait, am I going to threshold this with just an air? I will, which I am going to gain here. So that'll allow me to get my Dahan back, which I think is actually a good thing. So I need air animal, and then I'll go sun. Keeping them in groups of 3 because the wood seeks growth, or humans seek freedom, moves in groups of 3, so that I can move 100% efficiently, and I don't need any more to clean this out. Only effective here. Doesn't make sense to use LA Boon because we'll get, what, air? So like calls to like, draw the fruitful earth will be repeated. Okay, we'll go here. We'll go, I don't know, here? Ooh, gathering Dahan is a really big deal. Setting up my future vigors. So I think my next vigor is going to wind up going into 6. Okay. I could just get a town kill. But I'm going to go here. If we manage to not explore it, then the land's just solved. And I can just deny that from existing, which is probably the best line. Ooh, yes, scapegoats. Great. Lots of... Actually, it's not even that many cities. A land with 2 or fewer invaders. Ooh, being able to remove cities is huge here. Oh man, so if we explore the mountains, I think... Well, no, because it's going to be build cities before we explore. But we can remove this. That's going to die in Ravage. That's already solved. I don't think that's worth an action. But that is. Skip Ravage. And that will allow me to kill City Town. And we do get the next Explorer. Skip Explore, killing off that city as well. Okay, 3 fear cards. So 2.5 fear cards. That's 16, 19 fear for us to win. Not a lot of time, but I think we can do it. Alternatively, we have 1, 2 cities on the board. Vigor can go here, kill towns, come over here, kill city. If we manage to get a repeat on Vigor, we go here and then we win. So maybe our line is to just use our Gift of Strength. Yeah, I think Gift of Strength is going to be the ticket to win. Which means that these gather actions are inconsequential. We already have our Dahan in place. Yeah, and actually, no, this way we don't even need to hit the repeat, right? We just kill city right now, and then we vigor to come over, and then we win. Okay, great. That will be a GG. Doesn't really matter what we get. Hey, look, we get a tri-element card. And where is it? You right there. Great. Oh yeah, Walls of Rock and Thorns, another way to do it, right? Just fast kill the city with damage. Either way, we're in a great position. So now we can do whatever the heck we want. Playing... let's see, can I even hit that repeat for 3? Surely I should be able to. 2... I just need Earth cards. Yeah, Sun, Earth. Yeah, but I can't threshold both. That's fine. Okay, we'll go Vigor here. 1, 2. Killing off City Explorer. And that should be a Terror level 3 victory with 1 Fear card left in the deck. Oh man, a little bit of a longer, drawn-out game, but hey, that's what happens with Resilience Earth, the most defensive spirit in the whole game. Wound up with, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Blight on the Island. Still healthy. Blight removal still in our kits. Looks pretty good. Well, hey, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope y'all have a glorious day.